today's cup of coffee.
Take two.
Take two. Because we were just talking away, got to looking, and it's like, I didn't turn the microphone on.
Mic's not on.
Yeah, so it's that whole thing
He's
of
like,
just
wait.
watching the candle flames. But we were discussing how until solstice is on December the 21st, and that is the shortest day of the year. I'm going to watch myself because I've had verbal dyslexia lately. So I've got to watch myself.
The shortest day of the year.
It is. So that's the longest amount of darkness. But after that...
Thank God we're not in Iceland.
Yeah, really. But after that, it is the return of the light. And that's one of the things that we do celebrate solstice. It's winter. The summer one, we're sort of like, hey, it's kind of depressing. But... it is a matter of going out and recognizing the return of the light, even when it seems darkest. Yeah. There's a lot of things that we do that are very symbolic, very spiritual.
Yeah.
So to go out, raise a cup, and say, nope. Darkness, you have not won. The light will always return.
Nah, I'll just scratch out the rest of that shit. Just be like, nope.
But the energy has just been foul the past couple of days. It truly has. For all of us here, I don't know whether, y'all can let us know in the comment section whether you've been struggling over the past few days or not.
It feels gross.
But that's where we encourage one another. And why, we talk about some dark stuff, but we also make fun of it.
As much as we can.
Yeah.
There's some things.
Yeah, there's some things you can't. You can't. I try to avoid some of those stories. Some of them I can't because they're just there and they do need to be discussed.
Bullshit.
Well, and one of the things you talk about darkness, we actually, somehow our little region... got involved in some shit.
Somehow.
And it's like, there was this guy that he had been a state Virginia police officer up in Northern Virginia.
Yeah.
But he had recently taken a job at the sheriff's department in the county adjacent to us. And I saw his mugshot and I'm like, damn, I know that dude from somewhere.
And that's just like, oh God, do you?
He may just have one of those faces that people think that they've seen or whatever. But, and I don't know where I would have seen him.
You could have worked with him.
No,
he could have been booked.
He was still up in Eastern Virginia, and
Can
says
you be a
that
cop if you've had a felony?
Oh, hell no, he's hit. He will be on the other side. Let me wait till I get to that point. Anyhow, it says he's 28 years old, and it said that he entered the police academy for the Virginia State Police July the 6th of 2021 and graduated as a trooper on January the 21st of 2022. So they have more training, but that's still not a lot of training.
No, that is not.
And so he was
kind of sus.
He was there. He was assigned to the Henrico County within the agency's Richmond division until his resignation on October the 28th. So why did he resign?
Yeah.
So then
he was forced to resign.
Then he was hired on to Washington County, Virginia's Sheriff's Department. And authorities did confirm that, and he was hired on November the 16th. At the time of this recording, it is November 28th, and he was training to be assigned to the patrol division. So I don't know, the way that this reads,
I don't know. He definitely didn't get that now.
Well, I don't know that he was ever truly, he was just in training. I don't know that he was out on the road.
Right, but still, that's just like...
And what he did... Dude catfished this person over in California. He drove over 2,000 miles to meet this girl. And remember, he's 28. She was a teenager.
Ew.
So already, that's pedophile.
That's gross.
He killed her mother, her grandfather and her grandmother that set fire to the house.
Whole damn family.
And so I think it was at San Bernardino.
I guess so. I don't know. I didn't hear the story until like you told.
I did tell you this. I did. Yep. And so officers there in San Bernardino took dude out.
Killed him.
And rightfully so.
Yeah.
Because that was an individual who had just forfeited his right to be in society.
Absolutely.
But that was kind of horrifying.
Yeah.
That it's like anytime you're we have a very low-key region for the most part.
Yeah, pretty much.
Family members are the ones you have to watch out for.
But even that, you don't hear about that much anymore.
No, well, that's because a lot of the people have died out. And it's like a lot of it, people just don't talk about it. It's just like, oh, so-and-so beat up so-and-so again. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about it.
And you just go on. That's just how life has always been in these mountains to a degree.
Yeah.
But I will say that Sheriff Blake Andis, and he is over the Washington County, Virginia Sheriff's Office there, and he did make a statement which said, it's shocking and sad to the entire law enforcement community that such an evil and wicked person could infiltrate law enforcement while concealing his true identity as a computer predator and murderer. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Winnick family, their friends, officers, and all those affected by this heinous crime. And it says it remains unclear why he resigned from his position in Henrico County last month, and the Sheriff's Department did not immediately respond to a request for additional information. And if I remember, I will include the link to this article. Because we don't want to do the true crime things all the time.
Right.
But like I said,
this was just like, what the fuck?
Because it does pertain to our region.
And you're like, I know this dude.
I looked at that mugshot, I'm like, damn, I know him.
But do you?
I don't know. I don't know. Now, we did have people, we would have state police officers bring people in. And but during that period of time that he was in on the force, no, I had already very much, because you'd have been gone by I was gone in 2011. We just don't realize it's been that long. So I have no idea.
That's just...
And maybe he's just one of those faces that everybody has seen someone like him before.
Maybe, but
it was just creepy. It's creepy.
He's a creepy looking dude.
And I'm sorry, but it's one of those, as far as the officers there in California gunning him down, they did their job, is what they did.
Absolutely. They did right.
And because he had this kid, this teenager, he had abducted her, and and wood chipper go whirl, whirl, whirl.
Wait, so you're not going to go into detail about what all he did?
No, that was just it. He drove there and
he abducted her?
Yeah, he had kidnapped her.
Oh, right.
After he had, killed her family and set fire to the house.
See, I thought that he did that all in the house. I didn't know that he, took her out.
Yeah, somehow.
The house and,
well, the way that the article was written, because it takes a few days for details to sort of congeal on some of these things. That was probably a bad choice of words. But they don't know whether he set the fire first and then killed the, family, or if he killed the family and then set fire to the house. But at some point, who does that? To drive over 2,000 miles.
Someone who's off their rocker. Which he obviously was.
Yeah. Well, all I can say is that's one less.
He thinks he's playing a game of Grand Theft Auto or something.
Well, people like that, anybody who would... I'm sorry, I have very little empathy, sympathy, anything for anybody that would hurt a kid.
Yeah. Absolutely.
These predators and stuff like that, I don't care what their situation was. I don't care what they went through in their life.
It's disgusting.
They can have therapy. There's all kinds of resources available. Just because you're hurting does not give you the right to hurt somebody else, especially a kid. So it's like,
Yep.
Nope. That's just one of those coffee slurp.
Slurp. Oh, I can slurp my coffee too.
Yes, you can. Oh, God. That's just gross.
Wait.
Oh, he's doing more. That's an overkill. Less is
It's
better.
coffee.
Less is better on that.
Listen, someone's got to do it.
No. The real story today is from Daily Star, and that's by Hayley Coyle, and that is November 28th of 2022. From the makers of Blood and Honey, get ready for a grisly Bambi remake.
Remember, Blood and Honey is that Winnie the Pooh thing, but that's part of it.
We're going through this on the article. We really will. Just chill.
This is part of podcast. You don't know what a podcast is.
He's got his Tim Pool beanie thing going on here, and so he's trying to. Are you going? And he's hanging his head in shame.
Oh, it's not shame. It's not shame.
Oh. The cute, friendly fawn is set to contract rabies and turn into a vicious killing machine in Bambi: The Reckoning. After horror fans loved the scary Winnie the Pooh reboot, I thought the way that I looked on that one thing.
That's what he should have done. Wasting's disease.
That's true. He wouldn't have had enough strength to go on a rampage.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that the Blood and Honey had been released yet. I thought it was still pending. It says the 1928 classic children's story sees Bambi witnessing his mother getting shot by hunters and then making friends with cute and cuddly characters Thumper and Flower, which was propaganda. It was to set people against hunters. Director, it was.
Can we just enjoy the movie, though? Can we just enjoy the cuteness?
You're being indoctrinated with the cuteness. Director Scott Jeffrey said he garnered inspiration from the human antler creature in Netflix's The Ritual and said, quote, the film will be incredibly dark retelling of the 1928 story we all know and love. And he added to Dead Central, finding inspiration from the design used in Netflix's The Ritual, Bambi will be a vicious killing machine that lurks in the wilderness. Prepare for Bambi on rabies, end quote. So if that's not enough excitement, the Reckoning's producer, Rise Frack Waterfield, recently announced a plan to make Neverland Nightmare, starring Peter Pan, as well as the sequel to Blood and Honey.
For them to make?
Yeah, some of them are. Like the Winnie the Pooh, the copyright.
I knew that was legal.
Yeah.
All that.
You just can't do the Disney-fied version of it.
Yeah, you got to use the original material.
Right. It says, speaking about Blood and Honey at the time, Waterfield told Variety magazine, quote, Christopher Robin is pulled away from them and he's not giving them food. It's made Pooh and Piglet's life quite difficult because they've had to fend for themselves so much. They've essentially become feral. So they've gone back to their animal roots. They're no longer tame. They're like a vicious bear and pig who want to go around and try and find prey, end quote.
Disturbing.
The film stars Amber
Love it.
Doing Thorne, Maria Taylor, and Danielle Scott. Nobody's going to remember who these people are. Alongside a man in a bear mask who appears to have nothing but murder on his mind. Fans took to social media, with some being left terrified by the news. Quote, I've just found out that a Winnie the Pooh horror movie is being made. I'm confused and terrified at the same time. A second one added, quote, I wish Twitter would stop putting the Winnie the Pooh horror movie on my feed because I'm scared of it. And a third wrote, the Winnie the Pooh horror movie is here to ruin your childhood, end quote. These people are not mature enough to be on social media, period.
No.
Now, honestly.
My gosh.
And I looked up on this. And this was, like I said, on Daily Star. The link will be in the description box. And I will tell you that Jagged Edge Productions are the creators of this. And this is sort of like the UK version of Full Moon Features. Those are the ones with the baby oopsie. And the
evil bong. The evil bong.
The ginger dead man.
The ginger weed man.
And these are basically freshman year B-grade movies, and the theme is sex and gore. That's it.
Also Ooga Booga. They made Ooga Booga.
And so I think that these people, that the Jagged Edge had some Humpty Dumpty movies. I don't know what that's about. And they had done something about Krampus. Now, I may watch the Krampus one. I'm a fan of Krampus. I need a mug. I really do. I need a Krampus mug.
Evil Toys. All the Evil Toys movies.
I'll have to watch some of those. But now, also, Full Moon Features, they did the Puppet Master, right?
I think so.
I think they did.
Yeah.
And those are cool. I mean,
those are
they're
good movies.
Very niche.
Yeah.
You know, those are like
Very
cult
niche.
classics.
Yeah.
There's just a certain, it's sort of like the Toxic Avenger and different things like that. For some reason, there are some movies that people, you know, just gravitate towards. Mm-hmm. It's one that...
And some that just do not. That you either love it or you hate
absolutely.
it. Or you like it or you dislike it. Or you like...
You know,
you just don't care.
It's just one of those things like you get a craving for peanut butter and pickles.
What the fuck? If you do that, that's demonic. I rebuke that. Be gone. I rebuke that in the name of God.
It's one of those things that it, you know, once every 20 years will do you. You know? It's just one of those weird cravings on that. But I did watch... You know, the Ginger Dead Man a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And it was funny because Gary Busey plays the voice. He had a 5-minute segment in it. And it's like, that man is so messed up in so many ways. And so...
sad.
Not even mentioning the month or two ago park incident that he had. You know, like I said, he was one of these that was totally against helmet laws until busting of the head on the curb. And then he was like, oh, you know, helmet laws are pretty good.
Isn't he like permanently brain damaged now?
Yeah, it did something to him. I don't know that he was quite right to begin with. But
because then he started doing weird fucked up shit.
Like I said, even more so. But now, even when he was in the Ginger Dead, his face it looks kind of off. It looks kind of cockeyed. So,
well, that could have been their fault too.
No, it's his face. And I know that when he wrecked, it damn near killed him.
Yeah.
So who knows? Head trauma is an interesting thing because it may not show up until years later. So.
You got brain trauma from when you were a baby.
Well, that's some people do. But
not you.
No, well, I don't know. I may have had it too. But I would actually, after going back and rewatching the trailer and getting past the, oh God, they've turned Winnie the Pooh into some kind of weird horror movie. Uh-huh. I'm not a fan of the teenage. I've gotten past that as far as the sex and gore thing. Never was a fan of that. That started out with, was it Friday the 13th? I think that was the main one that started that trend. It wasn't Halloween. It was Friday the 13th.
I don't know.
And so have been over that for 30-some years. But this one I probably would actually watch, just to say I had watched it. I will definitely have to watch the Bambi one because, yeah. And I think that the Neverland Nightmare... There's so many things, and they've got this roll going on these. Yeah. And if they do it right, they don't have to be too horrible. Now, they've probably got a budget of about $12 or £12 since it's over there in the UK.
No budget.
Right. But you can do a whole lot if you're creative.
Yeah, but still, no budget.
So we will have to watch it at some point and report back to you. If anybody else has watched The Blood and Honey yet, let us know in the comments.
You paid about $500 for that one camera from Walmart, and that's what you recorded the whole thing on.
Probably. Hey, I've seen more. We've seen some of these movies that people have recorded on their cell phones.
Oh, that Canon Rebel TI7, whatever the fuck, T7i or whatever. That one's good. The T7,
yes,
T6i, I think, was good too.
There is a quality that honestly film gives you And there's got to be filters or something, or some kind of editing program to where it doesn't look like video, that it actually does look like film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Razor Fist uses that on his videos and stuff. He does the monochrome, he does the film noir look on his.
But there's like professionals can use to like really replicate like convincingly like, oh, this was like perfectly reproduced from a film strip or something.
I think that would add a lot to it, because the cheaply done cell phone movies look like cheaply done cell phone movies.
They always do. They always do. Even back then, you knew someone didn't have a budget. Look, you knew someone didn't have a budget if you watched the movie.
It worked for the first time on Blair Witch Project, the first one, the original, the good one. After that, nope.
I'm pretty sure Don't Look in the Basement, and I've referenced this movie multiple times, it was one of those movies that was like, no budget.
Yeah, but it wasn't supposed to be found footage, was it?
No.
But
that's the type of movie I'm talking about, like,
but
you can tell they don't really got a budget.
But people are stuck in this found footage mode that are searching for something, you know, some kind of paranormal something, some kind of cryptid something, using the cell phones and just that, you know, the night vision stuff. And it's like, people are over it. You can only do that for so many years.
I haven't seen many things like that lately, though.
They're out there. They're out there.
Like what?
That I don't know. Well, I think that Bagan's doing the same thing.
Zach Bagans? Yeah, but that's a TV show.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the TV shows. There's lots of
But he's the only
movies.
one that does that shit most of the time.
I thought there was like 3 or 4 of them that was knockoffs. And even he was after, was it Ghost Hunters that was the first one?
Yeah,
like
Ghost
that?
Hunters is still on. Like, you know, but they're like legit Ghost Hunters.
But like I said, they've been doing this shit for 42 years.
Well,
and it's over.
that's just how it goes. That's just how it looks.
I know. And I don't understand why people would continue to watch it. Unless they're like me,
New ghost experiences.
That they just put something like that on, they let it roll, they're sitting back, you know, playing a match 3 game, and that's it. It's just background noise.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'm guilty of doing that with that show. I love those shows, but seriously.
So I don't see the appeal of it. Like I said, once the newness wears off on any of those things, do something different. And I will say, with the Pooh characters, that shock value, now they have truly got that. To take something that to a degree is beloved, and I was one of these, I was like, oh God, no. But to put a different spin on it, and that they are just rolling with them, and God love them. I will eventually watch The Blood and Honey and see how bad of a bad it is. Planet 9 from Outer Space, it can't be any worse than that.
No.
Nothing can be any worse than that.
I've seen.
It took me years before I could finally finish that.
I've seen a lot of movies that are bad.
Because the cringe factor on that one was thick. It really was.
It was a bad movie. It was a bad movie.
It wasn't even a good bad movie. We like bad movies.
It's
like,
just a bad movie. It's still rates high.
That's why it took me years. It's like, I was like, I can do this. I can do this. Nope, cannot do it. The cringe is just, you know. And I just had to leave. And then I'd try it again days, weeks, months, years later. Finally did do it.
Through it for like an hour. Because that's all it is. It's about an hour long.
But if you do watch did you ever watch the documentary about Ed Wood that Johnny Depp played in? That is an excellent movie. It really is an excellent movie.
Okay.
So I need to watch that one again.
I've never seen it, so I need to watch it.
Yeah, you do need to watch it. You do need to watch it because in some ways you become very empathetic with Ed Wood. You do. Now, when he came out in the heels and the Argyle, you know, sweater and stuff, and you're like, okay, And just sort of like, it's interesting. He was an interesting character, but he honestly believed that he was making good product. He believed in
delusion.
He was delusional.
79.89.
He was delusional, but the thing is, people still remember him, and he is renowned for badness, but not in a horrific way. So it's a double-edged. So he wanted the fame.
1-800-DELUSION. Convince yourself.
Oh, hell, you don't have to order it. It's free on the streets these days. Just open some kind of browser up and you can have some kind of news site and you can have delusion. Free for the taking.
Delusion.
Spread it.
The newest scent.
Yes, the smell of fear is everywhere.
Delusion.
Oh, do you have anything else to add to our mixed bag?
That was it. The delusion. Convince yourself.
Oh, yeah, our little 2-mile radius pirate radio station here. Podcast style. With the cups of coffee. The local diner thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Come on in, set a spell.
Yes.
If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, if you have shocking local news things that you'd like to share, if you have your guilty pleasure, horrible horror movies that you have to watch at least once every 10 years, let us know in the comments. Links to the story.
There's another movie that
links to the story will be in the description box. Email address is cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. That will also be in the description box.
Yes. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all and have a good.
Know that you're loved. Be creative, as long as it's a happy kind of. It can be scary creative.
I like scary
but
creative.
As long as...
My creative is, are you sad? Are you depressed? You got depression? I am clinically depressed. I am severely... I am professionally, clinically depressed. So okay. Yes, my art is going to be sad.
Oh, God.
I thought you were going to laugh at that.
No, I'm sitting there going, where's the humor in this? There was none. There was no humor.
Because it was true.
Oh, my God. Anyhow, know that you're loved.
Right, you are talented. You are loved. You're doing great. You put 6... If you put 6 cups of sugar in your oatmeal, that's pie. That is pie.
Did you take your ADHD medicine today?
No.
Oh my God.
Well,
that's what's wrong with him. That is what is wrong with him.
I did take it.
Your spiel.
I did it.
Did you do your spiel?
Yes.
I missed it.
You did.
Sure? I think I was trying to just process the humor there, and it just went right out of my head.
There's a lot of shit that other people get, but it just goes right over you and Elijah's head. But everyone else in the world is just like, ha! And you and Elijah are just there standing like these, like, what?
I clocked out. I couldn't help it.
Y'all are staring at each other like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
We do.
And the rest of us are getting it, and we're staring at y'all like, what's wrong with you? And so it's this, like, mutual conflict of the fuck's wrong with you? The same the fuck's wrong with you, just on different sides.
Family gatherings are interesting.
Yes.
They really are. And then Mom's right in the middle going, what the hell is wrong with you? She doesn't say the hell. She's like, yo, stop that. So know that you're loved, and we will see you on the next cup.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.